This guy, guys. Let's get Andrew. Oh!
So recently I've come under some flack on the internet for my opinion that I actually think that bullies can be beneficial. Bullying. Well, here's why. Children need some form of antagonism in their lives, or they're just not going to develop properly. They need to be taught that not everything can conform to your feelings, and sometimes people do things that you just don't like them doing, and you just have to learn to accept that to become an adult. And basically my perspective is that bullies are a quick and easy way to do that, and it's just not the same coming from the mouth of an adult, or even worse, just learning that it even happens at age 18, than it is if you experience it firsthand during your formative years. So that's actually why I support bullying. It's a normal part of a child's development, and I think we're just coddling kids too much nowadays, honestly. Like, I kind of wish I'd been, not coddled as a littler kid, A lot of people by now know the general things that make a serial killer, and one of them is a very high self-esteem, and, well, guess where this very high self-esteem comes from. Us preventing them from having been taken down a notch. This is exactly what I mean by them not getting their proper development. They either think that, they either become total wimps at the slightest criticism and think, Daddy, the mean man is hurting my feelings, or they think, you know what, I'm just gonna shoot up this school. I don't see how, we know that high self-esteem has been linked to murdering, and yet still hold it in high value. I don't know, I just don't get it. I mean, not that you should be suicidal all the time, but thinking too highly of yourself, to me, that seems like a pretty bad character flaw. And this kind of thing where, bullies are pretty much made legal, is kind of bringing us closer to, promoting super high self-esteem, to the point where you don't even acknowledge your basic flaws anymore. And I just don't get that, really. Somebody in the comments, please tell me why that is, because I seriously do not know how you can, promote this kind of thing. But, I guess that's not really my place to decide now, is it? Actually, I'll point out some arguments right now. I got the page open right here. According to Dr. Mark Domebeck of the Academy, the American Academy of and Experts in Traumatic Stress, or of experts, the psychological, torment, I say that word in quotes, of bullying is long-lasting and causes self-image problems, but honestly, I think some of the most successful people have self-image problems. I mean, look at Michael Jackson. He was possibly the most self-conscious man on this planet, and also one of the most successful. Plenty of other famous people were both let's see. Come on, keyboard. Hold on. see, let's pull up a list. 50 plus famous people who were bullied by ranker, but still. Alright, Megan Fox, Christian Bale, Mila Kunis, Rihanna, Chris Rock, Jessica Alba, Jennifer Lawrence, Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, Tom Cruise, Madonna, Barack Obama, Christina Aguilera, Catherine Duchess of Cambridge, Steven Spielberg, Kristen Stewart, Bill Clinton, Lady Gaga, Justin Timberlake, Sandra Bullock, Kate Winslet, Jason Segel, Howard Stern, Victoria Beckham, Robert Pattinson, Tiger Woods, Misha Barton, Demi Lovato, Michelle Trachtenberg, Eminem, Rosario Dawson, Winona Ryder, Ava Mendes, Prince Harry, Rose McGowan, Khloe Kardashian, Pierce Brosnan, Kristen Croak, Taylor Lautner, George Takei, Clay Aiken. Actually, George Takei, I believe, was raised for at least a couple of years in an internment camp, and is still completely, well, maybe not completely, but still mostly psychologically fine. Clay Aiken, Daniel Radcliffe, Brittany Snow, Jennifer Morrison, Tyra Banks, Michael Phelps, Chad Michael Murray, Chris Colfer, Mika, Fred Durst, Tom Felton, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, Jennifer Freeman, Chester Bennington, Brian McFadden, Andy Biersack, Cher Lloyd, Tim McIlrath, Henry Cavill, Andrew Garfield, Ryan Higa, Avril Lavigne, and that's just the first page. Or maybe that's all of them, actually. But, like, all of these are, like, super famous people, and all of them were bullied as a kid, and they turned out just fine. In fact, they might not have even been famous if they weren't bullied as a kid and sort of felt the need to prove themselves. If they didn't feel the need to prove themselves, they would not have gone on to be so successful in life. And I think that without a reason to try to push yourself to be better than you used to be, you don't really feel that urge, and so you never actually improve yourself, and you end up just getting lost to the ravages of time, never having had an impact on society. And I think it's honestly best for the person themselves if they get bullied, because then they have a reason to try to improve themselves instead of just, instead of feeling like they're already as good as they can get,